I'm Monique Ledesma with Apple Valley News Now. Coming up, find out why the Tri-Cities Animal Shelter and Animal Control Authorities are being brought up in tonight's City of Pasco meeting and how you can get involved. All that and more coming up.
Also ahead, Heritage University is partnering up with the Seattle University to help future lawyers. Riley Fitzgerald will explain. Plus, Children's Village in the Yakima area is bringing back a service that has been on pause for years. Emily Goodell will have those details. And Stacy's here.
That's right. It's been hot, dry, and smoky, but all of that is about to change. I'll tell you all about it in my First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now, prime time on your side.
And good evening. Thank you for joining us for this special primetime edition of Apple Valley News Now. After the game, I'm Austin Reed. First up tonight, more lawyers to fulfill the local need for law representation in Central Washington. At Heritage University, there is a new way to earn a law degree. This is through a partnership with Seattle University School of Law. Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald says this will address the need for legal professionals who understand the climate of Central Washington.
Local students to pursue law degrees without leaving the Yakima Valley. It's been in discussion for around 3 years, but now it's happening. A partnership between Heritage University and Seattle University Law to bring a law program within reach of students in Central Washington.
The intention of Seattle University School of Law is to have a facilitator here, an adjunct or a professor of some sort, a faculty member of some sort, or director that works closely with students on our campus. And then students will have access to study space, access to our library. They'll also have access to some of our resources, like having internet and a space to be able to meet and organize as a cohort.
With the hub at Heritage, students will have a pathway to study law, pass the bar exam, and practice law locally. It's part-time, hybrid online legal education. Provost Melissa Hill explains that some classes can be offered on campus, while some can be accessed via Zoom, and there's also the chance to travel periodically to Seattle to take classes there.
What we're doing that's a little bit unique or different is that we're providing a space for them to be able to stay within their local community. So for all intents and purposes, they'll graduate just like any other graduate of the Seattle University School of Law.
The need for lawyers, attorneys, and criminal justice professionals is huge in Central Washington, specifically those who know the area and ones who understand the needs of the community.
We see a lack of individuals who are bilingual or who lack an understanding of working with Indigenous law, which is very different. And so to have individuals that are trained here from the community that can stay in the community and be mentored and work with other local attorneys here is very important.
According to Hill, there is a cohort of students graduating Saturday from HU's LSAT Plus program who have expressed interest in this. In Toppenish, I'm Riley Fitzgerald with Apple Valley News Now.
Riley, thank you for that. Now, this Saturday, Seattle U Law and Heritage University will sign a memorandum of understanding to establish the hybrid hub. That ceremony is on the 14th at 5 p.m. in the Barnhill Fireside Room at Heritage University. We do have some breaking news just into the Apple Valley News Now newsroom. The city of Richland says there is a power outage affecting about 2,000 customers in South Richland in the Leslie and Keene area. They are working to figure out what is going on. We will update you soon. Turning to our First Alert forecast, Stacy Lee joining us now as we are kicking off a new week. Will that bring changes?
Yeah, Monday Night Football's back. Everyone's happy about that. Let's take a look outside our Biomark Skycam looking down in the Yakima Valley tonight. A nice evening. We're starting to see that smoke dissipate and clear out of the area. Still 81 degrees. Winds are light at 6 miles per hour. Our sunset was at 7:18. Temperatures right now elsewhere around the area. Look at that warm pocket sitting there in Yakima. Still hot in Tri-Cities. Cooling down, though, in the foothills of the Blues. 82 at Hanford, 80 87 Tri-Cities. Overnight, though, we're going to cool down into the low and mid and upper 50s all through the area, so comfortable sleeping temps outside. Here's what's coming up, though. A mild night with some breezy winds starting to pick up. We're going to have a transition. We'll start to see some smoke and haze move out as those breezes kick up. Temperatures are going to start decreasing beginning tomorrow, and then we'll start seeing some showers by Wednesday, possibly into the weekend. I'll break it all down for you in my first alert full weather forecast. Austin?
All right, Stacey, we'll see in just a bit. Turning to more headlines now. Just before 2 o'clock this afternoon, Logan Kenmore of Kennewick was arrested for felony harassment and threats to kill for his involvement in several concerning pictures and comments posted to social media, according to police. They say Kenmore shared 2 images of firearms and expressed his frustration with RPD, the Richland School District, and several family members. Police say he showed a desire to personally address perceived offenses. The Richland Police Department says they are taking these threats seriously. The investigation is ongoing. The murder trial for the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students will not take place in Latah County. According to court documents, Judge John Judge granted the defense's request to change the murder trial location. The defense argued for the case to be moved out of Ada County, but court documents granted the request without naming a location. Brian Koberger's defense team filed a motion to move the trial out of Latah County due to a possible biased jury. A hearing was held with the defense presenting their arguments on August 29th. Court documents say the court accepted the defense's argument for a reasonable likelihood of presumed prejudice. The family of one of the University of Idaho murder victims is expressing their dismay at the decision to move Koberger's trial. Kaylee Gonzalez's family issued a statement after the ruling saying they were incredibly disappointed in the judge's ruling. In their statement, the family accuses Judge of favoring the defense and criticized him for how he handled the change of venue proceedings. They went on to say that the only good thing about this decision is it will be the judge's last decision in this case. We have new information in the murder of a Wapato woman. In the early morning hours of September 6th, deputies were called to the 100 block of Mellis Road for a report of a physical domestic violence incident with gunshots being fired. The girlfriend was shot by her boyfriend and she was killed. An autopsy was actually performed this morning and the woman was identified as 37-year-old Heather Renee England from Yakima. This is the suspect, 45-year-old Gianni Philip Alamo from Yakima. He is still on the run from law enforcement. The vehicle he was driving was found later in the afternoon on the day of the murder. Crime Stoppers of Yakima is now giving up to $1,000 to anyone who provides the information leading to the suspect's arrest. In fire news, East Umatilla Fire and Rescue was called to a structure fire on William Street in Adams overnight. The blaze broke out just before 3 this morning. Upon arrival, the deck of a manufactured home was ablaze, with the fire extending into the attic. There was a dog and cat inside the house that was rescued. Tribal first responded. So did the Pendleton Fire Department to assist. Officials say the Red Cross was also called in to help the displaced members of the home. No injuries were reported. The cause of the fire still under investigation. Children's Village serves thousands of children with special needs and their families every year, allowing them access to specialized services without traveling out of county. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us they are now bringing back a service that's been on pause for years.
Children's Village opened its therapeutic pool back in 1997, but had to close down during COVID. Now, after renovations and repairs, it's finally back open. The reopening especially exciting for Jenna Vogel, whose son Jonah has been with the village since he was 5 months old.
Almost 5 years. Yeah, it's been a very long haul for us, and we have received services for absolutely everything for Jonah,
who loves to play in the water.
honestly, being in the water is like therapy for him. It's his favorite thing ever. So yeah, we're very, very excited. It just means so much that we can really help him grow and develop and improve in the pool where he is the safest place ever.
Because safety is at the top of their list.
With his autism, you know, that's one of our big concerns is water. So anything we can do that's safe in the water for him, that will help him feel safe and make sure that we feel safe with him, is huge.
The therapeutic pool, a free resource for children receiving services at the village, paid for through the Memorial Foundation's Youth Works Council, which chooses every year to allocate funds raised by local high schoolers to the Youth Works pageant for Children's Miracle Network to keep the pool accessible to all of the children at the village. Children's Village is also in the middle of an expansion that will allow them to serve more children in need. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Emily, thank you for that. Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now in prime time, our Toby Solvang will bring us the latest on a new wildfire burning in Kittitas County. Plus, find out why the Tri-Cities Animal Shelter and Animal Control Authorities were the topic of discussion at tonight's Pasco City Council meeting. And Stacy will return. She'll have your full First Alert weather forecast. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll be right back.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
Welcome to Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Our state-of-the-art surgery center features Da Vinci and Mako robotics. We offer top-of-the-line imaging with the newest CT, MRI, and mammography scans. Whether you're here for a routine checkup, a complicated surgery, or to visit a loved one, we're here to help guide you through each and every door along your healthcare journey. Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our Labor Day Super Sale and discover unbeatable deals and save quality time to spend with your family. Upgrade your kitchen with the sleek and spacious LG refrigerator for just $18.99 after a $100 mail-in rebate. With its innovative cooling technology and generous storage capacity, keep your food fresher for longer while enjoying the modern design that complements any kitchen decor. At Fred's, we sell appliances.
Only appliances. Distinct 1 to 5 to 7, 9, 10.
I've always had an eye for opportunity. As a kid, I was hustling, selling candy, mowing lawns, you name it. That drive never left me. The first time I tasted crumble, it was clear to me this was more than just a cookie. From that moment, I knew this was a chance to bring the taste of something new to our neighborhood. But I couldn't do it alone. That's where Happel came in. With their support, I was able to secure the loan that brought crumble to our community. Where do you credit union?
Going up against Social Security for disability benefits when you can't work, that's scary. Going up against labor and industries for workers' comp when you're hurt at work, that's scary. But calling in Bothwell and Hamill, that gives you confidence. If you can't work or were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Do frozen screens make your heart melt? Do buffering wheels give you butterflies? Didn't think so. You should meet Ziply Fiber. It's faster, it's friendlier, it's fiber. Ziply is fiber optic internet. That means no lag and no buffering. Gotta love it. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans as low as $10 a month.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
Your voice, your vote, Tuesday after the debate on Apple Valley News Now. Welcome back to Apple Valley News Now in prime time. I'm Austin Reed. One of the talking points at the City of Pasco's council meeting this evening was the Tri-Cities Animal Shelter. And Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma reports why the shelter was added to tonight's agenda.
I spoke with Leo Perales, who is a councilman for the city of Pasco, about why Tri-Cities Animal Shelter and Animal Control authorities are being brought up in tonight's meeting. Perales says he had to persuade council members to bring this forward. He also says as a local government, it's about providing that layer of transparency by putting those words in action and having discussions by inviting people into the council chambers.
I'm not afraid to have those hard discussions, and we have a growing community of people who are very, very committed to seeing this place succeed. And I think there's no better time than now to start talking about it and kind of create that plan and recreating that animal control plan for the betterment of the animals that we all love and respect.
I'll keep you updated with the latest information as I get it later this week. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Monique. Well, today, U.S. Senator Maria Cantwell announced that 7 airports across the state of Washington received a little over $48 million through the Airport Improvement Program. Tri-Cities Airport in Pasco will receive a little over $12 million to fund shifting the airport's taxiway D and runway 12-30 to the northwest, bringing both into conformity with current standards. Cantwell said that Tri-Cities Airport is a major player in that recipe for success. She also said with a record travel year last year at the airport, this funding will help improve safety and runway infrastructure resiliency to keep pace with demand and future growth. A fire burning in Kittitas County keeps growing. Apple Valley News Now's Toby Solving has the latest on that fire and some other wildfires burning in Washington and Oregon.
The Swat Creek fire is estimated to be in the 100 to 150 acre range. Firefighters have additional fire engines, hand crews, and 3 helicopters and air tankers working on the fire. So far, no structures have been burned, according to the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office. Traveling over US 97, Blewett Pass has alternating flag-controlled traffic around milepost 151. Please expect delays and use caution. Battle Mountain Complex sits at just over 183,000 acres and is at 94% containment. And the Pioneer Fire in Chelan County has burned almost 39,000 acres and is about 23% contained. The Williams Mine Fire is now at 31% contained and has burned just over 13,000 acres. This is Toby Solvang with Apple Valley News Now.
Toby, thank you. Well, Tropical Storm Francine formed in the western Gulf of Mexico late this morning. It formed a few hundred miles from the Mexico-Texas border with winds of 50 miles per hour. Francine is eyeing Louisiana and is forecast to impact the western Gulf Coast of the U.S. as a hurricane later this week. This hurricane season was predicted to be above normal, but no named storms have formed since Ernesto in mid-August during some of the busiest weeks of hurricane season.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And a live look outside on our Dust Devil Sky Cam, 87 degrees, nice and warm out there. That humidity at 29%, or winds at 8 miles per hour. And our sunset tonight was at 7:18. Here's the changing weather pattern early this week. We've had that hot air right on top of us, now moving to the east. These Montana, other states here, Minneapolis, all the way down to Denver, getting the hot air, but it's going to be cooling down on our side of the our neck of that system. Let's take a look at that low pressure moving in. That's bringing in the cold front. This is what it looks like tomorrow. Going to be clear, but then Wednesday kicks in, and that's when we're going to see those scattered showers and some unsettled weather going into Thursday. We'll have a break between systems and then another one potentially gearing up for the weekend. Here's our future cast, and this is when we'll start to see those showers moving through. If I move out of the way, you can see those right through Idaho and across the Blue Mountains, and then we'll see them more locally here in the Kittitas Valley, moving on down the Yakima Valley, across the Tri-Cities. And again, we're expecting anywhere from 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch of rain from these systems. And also temperatures cooling down pretty rapidly in the mountains, where there could even be a couple of snowflakes above 7,500 feet. So a little early to hear the word snow, but we are tracking that. Now, we've had that smoke in the air. It was very hazy over the weekend. Again, most of the fires burning in central Oregon are impacting our region. So we're seeing that smoke and haze, but as the systems start to move in and the wind starts to shift in, we'll see a little bit of a break and better air quality, which we're experiencing right now pretty much all through the area. Some pockets of moderate to unhealthy air in the central part of Oregon. Tonight, cool, partially clearing, the haze moving out, calmer, breezy winds, and then we'll start to see those winds picking up both Tuesday and Wednesday through the area, especially in the Kittitas Valley where that big fire is burning. That won't be good for the firefighters. So through this region here, Yakima a little bit more settled, and then we'll see those gusty winds once again along the foothills of the Blues. Cooler tomorrow, still going to see a little bit of smoke and haze, but those breezy winds will start to push that right on out of our region. Temperatures for tomorrow down in the 80s, nobody hitting 90 tomorrow. So there's that cooling trend. It'll happen kind of briefly. In fact, here we go down to the 80s, and then eventually we're going to be falling below our average, which is 84 for this time of year. So temperatures staying below average after tomorrow through the rest of the week. We are just 13 days away from fall, so soak in those last couple days of summer. Here's the planning forecast for you. Ellensburg, look at that. We see temperatures dropping all the way down to 68 degrees, and that's when we could see a couple of snowflakes up in those upper elevations above 7,500 feet. Walla Walla looking more promising for showers there, with temperatures diving into the lower 70s for a couple of days. Hermiston, also a pretty good chance of some rain, plus those strong gusty winds. We have rain showers possible through Thursday and then back up to 80 on Saturday. For the Yakima Valley, pretty good chance of rain there on Wednesday. Look for those breezy winds kicking in tomorrow. That'll help filter out that smoke that we've been seeing in the air. And as far as Tri-City goes, breezy winds, we might see about 1/10 of an inch of rain, if that. It oftentimes goes right around our area. We'll stay in those lower and upper 70s heading into the weekend, but we're looking for a little more unsettled weather as we get into the early part of next week. So Austin, finally a little bit cooler, not quite fall-like, but it'll start feeling a little bit closer to fall.
I'm looking forward to that. And we were talking earlier just about how smoky it was
this weekend. That's right. The smoke will improve, so that's good news.
Very good. All right. Thank you, Stacey. Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now in prime time.
If you only knew the power of the dark side. This is CNN.
We are saying goodbye to James Earl Jones tonight. Stay with us for that story. It's next.
When your family's protected under our roof.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
They're free to enjoy their dreams.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Welcome to Fable Craft Bar, your next favorite place to experience. Be inspired by our stylish and locally crafted culinary delights. Join us Tuesdays for all-you-can-eat fish and chips, weekend brunch and football, Bookwalter wines, local beer, and signature cocktails. Savor the flavors of our delicious food to captivate your senses. Fable Craft Bar, stop for a bite, or bring delicious home with Uber Eats or DoorDash. 1705 Columbia Park Trail.
Thank you for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest the most watched local morning news program in our area. What's new, what's now, and what's next, plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Wake up with Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Showtime.
Oh, I see you brought your baby to a crime scene.
Got a dead body, gotta go.
I am ready to find the next love of my life.
Doctor, it's your job to keep everyone alive. You're gonna be okay.
Amanda was lying.
Why would somebody fake cancer?
What's with all the pomp and circumstance?
That's the one thing you don't want to miss.
After the presidential debate, join us for a special look at the general election. Who's running? What are the hot issues? How do you vote? It's your voice, your vote. The 2024 general election. Watch Tuesday at 8 after the presidential debate on Apple Valley News Now.
When Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather forecasted weekend thunderstorms,
we're going to see some heavy showers,
especially in Yakima and Kittitas County.
Viewers told us that their phone weather apps didn't mention them.
Weather apps show no rain or thunderstorms in Sunnyside, Yakima area.
The weather app says nothing but sunshine. Who do I listen to?
That Saturday was one of the biggest days of thunderstorms we've seen in recent memory. Trust the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather team to get it right. Unlike weather apps, we're local and on your side.
DSAMA is this month's winner of Volunteers Count.
My home is usually the home where all the animals come in to sort of do, our intakes.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
You tell lies, you gamble, and yet you never seem to pay a price for any of it.
When you're cute like me, rules are just a little different.
He's the funniest young genius around.
People talk about me behind my back, but it's about how smart I am.
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05 on Apple Valley News Now.
When your family's protected under our roof,
So are you brave?
I'm brave!
they're free to enjoy their dreams.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless!
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Welcome back. Actor James Earl Jones died today.
That's right. His unmistakable voice rang out across the galaxy as Darth Vader and elsewhere on the silver screen. And while his voice has fallen silent, his impact on film will resound for a long time.
Yeah, and let's take a look back at his life. Here is CNN's Richard Roth.
James Earl Jones was a physically imposing actor.
I take it back. You're not in trouble. You're dead where you stand. Join me.
But it will be Jones's voice that audiences will long remember. Luke Skywalker learned that in the Star Wars series.
No, I am your father.
It became a big mystery. Who is that? Who is that inside the mask?
A different actor played Vader, but director George Lucas realized he needed a villain with a more sinister voice.
Called me and said, "You want to do a day's work?" And I said, "Yeah."
A day's work?
2.5 hours,
That's all?
Yeah.
The Darth Vader language is in 2.5 hours?
Yeah, a few $1,000s, and I went home.
A city destroyed.
The key to Darth Vader is a narrow band of expression, no inflections. He's not human.
Father and son.
Jones returned to the role of the Imperial villain throughout his career, even at age 91 in the Disney Plus series Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You will suffer.
In another memorable voice-only role, Jones said just 3 words.
This is CNN.
What happened was that I did the Goodwill Games. They said, "Well, now can we do a CNN logo?" And I came back for a separate session. It was so short. I mean, it took 5 minutes, right? And I forgot it.
What is unforgettable is that this powerful actor with the deep, authoritative voice had a speaking disability.
Stuttering was so embarrassing and really painful. I went mute from the age of 8 to 14.
Jones said a great teacher in high school who loved poetry helped him.
He discovered I wrote poetry, and he got me to read my poetry in front of the class, and when I did, it didn't stutter.
As a teenager, Jones wanted to be a military officer. He eventually ended up in an American nuclear bomber in his first movie role. The instructions: attack the Soviet Union in Dr. Strangelove.
Bomb door circuits, negative function.
A long list of screen roles would follow, including Roots.
I found you, Kunta Kinte. The guests are waiting, Your Majesty. Let them wait.
Coming to America.
It'll be as if they dipped themselves in magic waters.
Field of Dreams. The Hunt for Red October.
Mother of God, we know he's escaped.
Patriot Games.
The sun will set on my time here.
And The Lion King. The stage, though, was his first love. Jones won a Tony Award in 1969 for The Great White Hope.
Is your wish coming true, huh?
Never this, Jones!
Nominated, too, for an Oscar in the movie version. Jones was part of an elite acting group. He won an Oscar, a Grammy, 3 Emmys, and 3 Tonys, including a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2017. Had he done it all in life?
I'm not sure if I want to do it all, because, death is okay. It is something that happens to all of us. And that's kind of glorious, isn't it?
What an amazing career. Jones, by the way, was 93 years old.
Rest in peace. We are back with more headlines right after this. Your voice, your vote, Tuesday after the debate on Apple Valley News Now.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
Struggling with persistent pain? Board-certified physiatrist Dr. Ralph Lorenzo is now caring for patients at Prosser Memorial Health's Prosser Clinic. Dr. Lorenzo brings over 30 years' experience in physical medicine and rehabilitation, specializing in the management and treatment of acute and chronic pain conditions. Start a new path in restoring your quality of life and ask your primary care provider about making a referral to see Dr. Lorenzo. This is how we care.
Bad sleep.
No, the worst.
You know, there's really no excuse for bad sleep. During the extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress.
Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Take up to $100 off our Doctor's Choice Original lineup and up to $200 off our Doctor's Choice Hybrid lineup. Check out the Summit, just $299.99. Or get 60 months, no interest, and free shipping.
Hurry, the extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
If you're hurt at work, your life can go into a downward spiral.
You're injured. You can't work. Your bills are piling up.
But winning workers' comp benefits isn't easy.
You're the underdog.
We'll fight labor and industries to get you the workers' compensation benefits you deserve.
If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
Healthy, clear-looking skin is always on trend, but as we age, our texture and tone can change. Meet Curve Appeal's Photo Fabulous, an optimally tailored treatment that addresses the early signs of aging and provides noticeable results for pigmentation, age or sunspots, fine lines, and overall skin appearance. Book a consultation today to get camera ready and save up to $750 with the September special. Visit curveappealtc.com to get started.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Is your bundle a bundle of joy? Do you celebrate your contract's anniversary? No? You should meet Ziply Fiber. High-speed fiber optic internet means more freedom, more reliability, more speed on all your family's devices, all at the same time. Happily ever faster. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans as low as $10 a month.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99, Wednesdays only at KFC.
Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, the first presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump is happening Tuesday night. We'll have everything you need to know and more of your top stories. It'll all be right here Tuesday morning from 5 to 7.
Don't give a rat's behind. That's below.
A new era begins.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
Judy Justice, tomorrow at 3, a special time, followed by news and the presidential debate, only on Apple Valley News Now.
We are continuing to follow breaking news from the Apple Valley News Now newsroom. Just now, the city of Richland says power has been restored to about 1,000 customers. However, they are working to restore it to about 1,000 more. This is likely in the Leslie and Keene area. The cause is still under investigation. At this time, there is no estimated time for total repairs. All right, welcome back, everybody. Austin Reed with Stacey Lee and
getting ready for some changes in the weather. Yep. You know, we were hot and smoky all weekend and dry. It's the opposite now going forward in the next couple of weeks. Let's start with a live look outside on our Health First Sky Cam here in Kennewick, right on top of our studio. 87, still a very warm night, so that heat is hanging on, but that'll start to change as we move into tomorrow. Light winds at 8 miles per hour, and our sunset was at 7:18 tonight. Let's take a look at temperatures elsewhere around the area. Kind of a mixture of some 60s, 70s, and 80s all through the region. So some pockets of cool air in some areas and some warm air sticking around in others. So very warm this evening, but we'll see those temperatures cool down overnight into the upper 50s for most of our region. A cooler 54 in Pendleton and chilly 52 in Ellensburg. So mild night, some light breezy winds. We'll see those winds start to increase tomorrow. We're also going to start to see less smoke and haze as we move through the week. We are preparing for cooler temperatures beginning tomorrow, and then we'll see some showers by the middle of the week. Austin.
All right, Stacey, thank you. Turning to politics, tomorrow only Apple Valley News Now will bring you an in-depth local look at the November general election. It's a special that you'll see right after tomorrow's presidential debate, which airs exclusively and right here on ABC. One of the hot issues, the race for Congress in District 4. Now, we have spent a lot of time talking to Dan Newhouse, the incumbent. On Friday, we introduced you to Sharisa Boyd, running as a write-in candidate on the Democratic side. Today, I caught up with Jared Sessler, again for a follow-up interview. Here's a preview of what you'll hear from him tomorrow. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I feel very confident. I feel like we've got an excellent path in front of us, very wide path in order to win this election. And, you know, anybody that's supporting President Trump here, you know, it's unlikely that President Trump's going to get the electoral votes here in Washington, unfortunately. But if you want to support President Trump, he's endorsed me. Vote for me, support me, get involved in my team. And, you know, we're just very excited. We have a massive grassroots movement.
We won't just be focusing on this race, too. So, again, be sure to tune in to our special Apple Valley News Now election show tomorrow after the presidential debate. A new major poll has former President Trump and Vice President Harris in a dead heat. The New York Times and Siena College puts Trump with 48%, Harris with 47%. That falls within the margin of error. The latest polls comes out on the eve of the Trump and Harris debate and less than 2 months before the election. The poll also found 28% of respondents feel like they need to learn more about Harris, but only 9% said they need to know more about former President Trump. The poll of nearly 1,700 registered voters was conducted between September 3rd and 6th with a margin of error of nearly 3%. We have a quick sports shorts for you. The Seattle Seahawks win in their season opener from the weekend. It was an ugly start, but thanks to a big second half, the Hawks beat the Denver Broncos 26-20, giving the youngest head coach in the league his first victory. Next up, Seattle takes on the New England Patriots this Sunday. Turning to Richland, and all new from the Richland Parks and Rec Department, big changes are coming to Howard Amon Park's playground starting this week. The work actually started earlier today. They will be building a new play space with dueling zip lines, a larger replica cruise ship, and an inclusive whirl feature. The classic elephant slide and climbing rocks will remain, and a new shade structure will be added for visitor comfort. We'll be right back. All right, I'm sorry about that. We're going to stay here. In more local news, let's see if we can bring Stacey back, and we're going to get a final look at, and then we'll get back to headlines. Our apologies again. So, Stacey, we were talking earlier about the smoky weekend.
Yes.
That's going away?
It's transitioning. However, we still have active fires burning in the area. Now, our transitional day is today, tomorrow, cooler temps, but we'll see the winds starting to pass through as these systems develop. Now, the good news is they're going to bring some moisture. That will help our firefighters in the mountains, but it will also start to clear some of that smoke out of the region. So a couple of good things going on as far as weather. Let's take a look at your screen. Again, I want to remind you to take in this beautiful weather photo, first of all. And if you want to submit a weather photo, that QR code on the right side of your screen, you can use your smartphone, snap a picture of that, and send us your weather photo, just like Kathy did. And that's a beautiful picture, by the way, Kathy. Sunset on Horse Heaven Hill. So very, very nice. Good work there, Kathy. Or you can simply go to applevalleyNewsNow.com. All right, let's talk about the remaining days of summer. You've only got 12 left after tonight. 13 days until fall officially begins. That will be Sunday, September 22nd at 5:44 a.m. Here's what it looks like tomorrow. Again, cooler in the morning, but still pretty warm. Will be close to 80 degrees by the middle of the day. Those temperatures, though, will be staying below 90 degrees beginning tomorrow. And in fact, we're going to start dropping below our average for this time of year, which is the low to mid 80s. So look at those 80s for Tri-Cities and Yakima tomorrow. Then we will be in the 70s, and we're looking for those showers. Yakima, better chance of seeing the rain there. We're expecting anywhere from 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. Expect that 1/4 of an inch closer to Yakima or in the Walla Walla or Hermiston areas. Tri-Cities maybe about 1/10 of an inch. And we'll start to cool down as we get towards the weekend. One quick look at Walla Walla and Hermiston. Again, we'll have those 80s tomorrow. Then look for those 70-degree temps. And of course, the rainfall coming Walla Walla and Hermiston. Now, the Hermiston gusty winds will really kick up tomorrow, so that will increase fire danger just for tomorrow, but things will start to mellow out as things cool down. So get ready for cooler, wetter weather on the way. And what struck me is they even mentioned the S word. I'm talking snow.
Okay, I was like,
Snow flakes above 7,500 feet. So way at the tippy top of the mountains, they could see a couple of flakes with these storms. So good news for skiers.
Yeah, very good news. Very good news. Yeah. If you can think of something that you're looking, because I know you and your husband, you'll go up to the mountain. Right. Maybe for somebody that just moved to our area,
right?
Where's the best place to go?
So there's so many great mountains from the east, where you would go to the Blue Mountains. Okay. It's smaller there. There's not a lot of communities there. But if you head to Mount Rainier specifically, Highway 12, and you head up to Mount Rainier, that's a national park, and it is, if you've never been there and you're new to the area, you got to go see Mount Rainier. It's gorgeous. Right. You know, it's a pretty nice little drive up there. My friends Shelly and Ron go there quite a bit.
Oh, and real quick, we got to mention your new pup.
Oh, yes.
If you want to see pictures, you can go to your Instagram or my Instagram. Right. We posted away. Her name is
Sunday, but we're calling her Sunny, which I just figured out. I'm the weather lady.
All right. So. Well, hey, now we're going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to watch our election show tomorrow after the presidential debate. I'm Austin Reed with Stacey Lee, hoping your news is good news.
Have a great night.